Chapter 1, Tropicola. I woke up from the sedation, feeling everything around me in a new vision. A tropical beach, daytime, very calm and hot. The way that I prefer it, to be honest. Ironically, in this case, the only thing I can remember before ending up here was a very dark room I was interviewed in. Masked men blindfolded me and asked me a series of questions. How loyal was I to deserve a girl? How much would I go through just to have a girl? Do I want a girl? I thought these questions were very strange, but I still answered them regardless. I was rather lonely when I was brought into questioning. It was 2 horrible months after a breakup with a horrible girlfriend, and lasted around, 11 months. I thought I was going to therapy for help, but I was interviewed by strange people instead. Crazy how that works. After questioning me, they promised me that I can complete a simple challenge or so, and I can get the love of my life. Alive, ready, and cooperative. I didn't fully understand at that moment, but I was willing to have some form of love. I was desperate, really desperate to feel a connection between someone or anyone. Hell, I was opting for men at that point. Nonetheless, after I agreed to follow through, I went into a room where they gave me a sedation drug to make me ready for the virtual endurance they had in store for me. I was happy to be meeting someone, even when I woke up. But then, I heard it.
Greetings, welcome to Tropicola Beach, the island of love and endurance. I am the host, and you are...
I sat there before answering. Andy?
Welcome, Andy! You're quite lucky to be here. We have someone waiting for you at the end. Don't worry, there's only 4 simple challenges and no extras. So once you're done, you're done!
But what do I do? How does this work?
I'm so glad you asked first, Andy. No one does that nowadays.
How to play? Step 1, get to the end. Step 2, follow the instructions. Step 3, work with what you have. Step 4, don't die. After each challenge, you get 1 break time, 1 designated meal, 15-minute rest. We also heal you once, but only after 2 rounds of your choice. After you get done with all 4,
you get to keep what you have caused onto yourself to show how much you love whoever waits ahead. So without further ado, are you ready to start?
I thought for a sec, considering my options. On one hand, I can meet someone who won't try to do anything to me. On the other hand, I could find love another way. This whole thing seemed like a trap. I wasn't going to partake in it if it meant getting killed. Despite saying I wasn't ready for that just yet, I wasn't going to die alone either. I could try this endurance test if I knew what I was up against. What are my challenges?
God, you're annoying.
very well. You have the muscle key, the slip but don't die, the bear trap showdown, and the escape.
Think you can remember that?
Seems easy enough. You're on, host! The host laughed, and a screen in front of me pointed to where I needed to go, forward bound into the woods. My destiny awaited for me. It would be totally different, how I would imagine it to be. I walked through the forest, traversing through the trees, and making my way into a clearing. I looked around for a bit, and then I felt a huge gash slash open my left arm. I had something shot into my open wound, and I fell to the ground as I had a minor spasm attack. I looked around in panic, and then the host began to talk again.
First challenge! Dig out the key before the tiny bomb in front of you explodes. Don't worry, I'll be very grateful and give you 20 minutes.
Shit, this hurts!
That's the point, dumbass.
If you want it to stop, Why not pull it out?
I struggled to get up. The only functional part of my body was my right arm. No wonder he picked that part specifically. This whole thing wouldn't be as fair if I had no other functions in my body. I struggled to move for a bit, slowly moving my right arm to the huge wound. As I made it to the gash, I tried to pull at my muscle, but it made my nerves go haywire. I yelled out in agony as I tried to dig into my flesh and pull out the key. Eventually, I pulled it out.
15 minutes left, and you're doing better than the past contestants. Don't worry, just place it in the keyhole, and it will deactivate the bomb and spray something on that wound to make your boo-boo all better.
I crawled over with my right hand, climbed up while staggering to my feet, and placed in the key.
8 minutes flat! Holy hell! You did better than the other contestants. They all blew up where you stand right now. You're not a pussy after all.
I was laying on the ground, crying softly as he kept cheering about my amazing accomplishment. Just spray the fucking thing on me already.
Damn, you really need to up your exercise more. You're acting like a bit.
You just do the shit I went through then.
I have. I've done it multiple times.
I just laid my head on the ground as I was sprayed with something that instantly closed my wound. Surprisingly, the host didn't say anything about me getting a free heal taken away. I just stayed quiet until my spasm attack stopped. Finally, I staggered upwards and stumbled to a log where there was food.
Enjoy. You're gonna need it.
Will my girlfriend get any food?
You know, you're the first to ask about someone else's concerns. I respect that about you, Andy. As for your girlfriend, she is currently being fed right now. Did you have a dish in mind for her?
Anything she isn't allergic to.
We'll give her a default option of bread in that case.
I nodded and ate the loaf of bread slowly, making sure to savor each bite in case I get killed in the next challenge. I treated it like my last meal, making sure to never forget a single crumb.
You may proceed when you are ready.
I got up once I was finished and made my way to the next challenge. The atmosphere was much cooler all of a sudden. Then I saw something on the ground. Ice.
Second challenge, just don't fall. Otherwise...
The ice slowly thawed, but it was still thick enough for me to slowly skate. I didn't see any railings or bars to hold on to, so I couldn't do anything about it. But I saw that the timer for this challenge was set to 20 minutes, so I could still make it if I tried hard enough. I thought for a second, then slowly pushed my feet and hands on the ice. It was cold for me to move, not to mention I was still aching from the earlier spasm. I slowly made my way through the icy landscape, and I made my way to the other side. Suddenly, the ice from the start began to crack open. I continued to be slow, not rushing things, or the ice would break faster. Finally, I made it to the other side. I touched the dry ground and pressed a button to stop the timer. Once I hit it, the timer buzzed, and the area began to warm up instantly.
Only 5 minutes left? Already? Damn, you must have played these games before.
A piece of bread fell on my lap as I sat back against the timer, and I ate it like I did before. I looked around at the once frozen plants beginning to slowly drip with water. But then I asked a question. What made you make this?
Curious, are we? I suppose I can tell you. It's a matter of what my love and I have created for the mere purpose of making love unite in us both.
We are very passionate about showing others how devoted they can be to someone they do or think they love.
How did you find the one for me? The host was silent at first, and then replied,
It is pretty simple, actually. We find the one that matches perfectly to you. They don't get to show how devoted they can be because they're already devoted as is, with patience being their virtue.
I nodded, then continued eating. Once I was done, I took a huge breath and continued forward. Suddenly, I stepped on something that closed in on my foot, my right foot specifically. I yelled out in pain. My legs were locked up by a glass object.
Third challenge! Shoot your way out!
Don't think about the easy way out. Look at different angles. If you choose the other way, you can say goodbye to your head.
I looked around and spotted a gun. I reached over to grab it and saw the timer begin. This time it was set to 10 minutes. 10? How the hell did we get to 10?
Since you're so good at this, I'm dedicated to test you.
I grabbed the gun as quickly as I could, standing up sorely and looking for other angles. In front of me, there were glasses numbered in a certain way at different places. I looked carefully, noticing how their numbers didn't quite add up. 1, 2, 3, 4. They were all misplaced. But then I went backwards, trying to test that out. 4, 3, 2, 1. Made a perfect ricochet. I aimed my gun at the number 4 and fired, closing my eyes in case I messed up. I hoped I made the right choice, praying I didn't fuck my life over a simple miscalculation. But then I opened my eyes. The bear trap was open. I painfully stepped out of it and turned off the timer.
3 minutes? You did that in 3 minutes.
Is that a problem? Cause I'm just good at this. The host began to slowly breathe, then spoke calmly.
You are one of many. There's only been 3 who have won. And that changes now.
Don't tell me you're not satisfied when it comes to me dying.
It's not about that. It's simply how you did it so quickly. You were supposed to die in the first challenge. Considering your weak body, you were supposed to go into shock the second you stepped foot on that ice, but didn't. And now you have managed to single-handedly make your way to the final challenge.
I was silent at first, and then I spoke. I'm desperate, and I have enough training to kick your ass with when I open. First there was silence, and then an arrow appeared. I followed it and found a door.
Leave. She awaits.
I was surprised, but it seemed too easy. What about the escape challenge?
You are escaping. But I will warn you, you do have one final choice.
I looked around a bit, and then I opened the door. I woke up in a surgery room, covered in blood. My body was aching, and I had stitches that I didn't even know were there at first. Everything I had experienced was real in some sense, but that didn't explain the large amount of blood that covered the walls. I got up, pain aching everywhere. I looked around and heard a feminine giggle coming down one of the corridors. I noticed that one of the blood spills was leading that way. I made my way to that spot, slowly traversing through what I felt like hell. And then I found it. A door that was destroyed, a room full of scalped corpses, and a girl wearing braces on her ankles and wrists. She looked up, smiled, and began to laugh maniacally.
I have been waiting for so long. You know how much I love you? To kill all of these horrible people? I think we have the same mindset. Desperate enough to do the impossible. Right, Andy?
How did you know my name? How did you know about my condition? She began to giggle and held a large glass shard in her hand.
The host told me. And I adore everything about it.
I looked at the ground. A gun and a loaf. 2 options that could either get me killed or worse. I slowly reached down, and then I looked up at the girl.
You don't have to spare me. I always hate it when I'm lied to.
I stood there. Then I picked up the loaf, broke it in half, and handed her the largest piece. She stood there for a second, then approached me with a sinister smile. She picked up the gun and the bread and pointed the gun at my head.
Get it? Before I shoot.
That's when I realized what those corpses on the floor were. The past contestants.
That's something I know all about. Shocking, ain't it?